boys? We got like a little POV driving video today, man. What I want to get into is basically we're going to get into some budget cars for 2025, man. We haven't done a video like this in a while, and it's been a lot of new budget cars because we got a lot of cars going down in the market, man. So let's get into it. Now, the first car we're going to touch on, and/or cars, I should say, is the C4 and the C5 Corvette. When it comes to the C4, you should stay after 1992 because it had the LT1, the small block. This was the first origin of probably, I'd say, the LS1. So after 1992, the C4 Corvette got the LT1, which was extremely reliable. I know I had one of my own and I had no problems with it. The only real issue it had was an OptiSpark, plug or whatever, but they changed to coil packs after that on the LS1. But as long as your OptiSpark on that LT1 is good, you should have no problems whatsoever. But getting into the C5, you have the LS1, which is known to be extremely reliable. They put them LS variants in trucks and pretty much everything, bro, and they don't give you too many issues. You see plenty of those running well over 200, 300,000 miles, bro. Parts are really easy to find. You can go to the junkyard, find yourself some coil packs, spark plugs, all of that stuff. If you just need to get it running, you got a rear-wheel drive sports car that weighs around 3,200, 3,300 pounds. You good money with your C5 and your C4, but remember C4, stay after 1992. The next car I want to touch on is that 350Z Infiniti G37, or I should say maybe just like the VQ37 community. The VQ itself is a very reliable motor. I feel like the cars are very good platforms to start on, but I do feel like the car comes with its cons. And it's crazy because I actually been talking about this community a lot lately for some reason, but it has its cons. I do generally believe this is a very good platform if you want to drift. If you do want to make a little bit of power that makes sense, I'm not saying make big crazy power, you can, but you know what I'm trying to say, y'all? Y'all got me. The VQ community is known to have the trumpet exhaust, and you have a lot of the, them showing up at takeovers and stuff. I think the community, unfortunately, has kind of created a bad rap for this community, you know what I'm saying? And I think if you can look aside of that, it's a very good platform to start on without too much of reliability issues, and it have a good look to it. It's something you can get with, and especially if you go the Infiniti route, they're known to be fairly comfortable, bro. Infinitis are fairly comfortable. I ain't hating on them like that. They're pretty comfortable. My Mustang GT boys. Now, I'm gonna be a little specific here. It's still very hard to get your hands on like a S550 for like a decent price. You can find some of those at like near 15K, at around 15K, but they probably clapped. But let's stay near like my favorite group, which is the S197 group. That's 197 chassis, even if it's Coyote power, it's still, some of them are a little over 10K. But if your budget's not at that 10K point and it's still under, you can get plenty of nice S197s for under 10K that's not clapped. Now, you're gonna feel a little underwhelmed with the 3-valve because it's not fast to today's standards. It's just simply not. And I think with the 3-valve, a lot of people look at the Coyote and they know about the Coyote, so the 3-valve is looked at as like, yuck. And then you have, of course, the 4-valve out of the Terminator Cobra, and people they look down on the 3-valve real bad. And I think if you really wanted to, you could boost that for a decent price. I think the superchargers and stuff do still cost on the 3-valves a solid amount, maybe 7-8 grand. But if you wanted to make power out of a 3-valve, you can. It sounds beautiful, cam. I think they sound great with just like a straight pipe. I don't recommend straight pipe in your car. I think most of the time, like, straight pipes sound raspy as hell. But if you wanted to, that's one of the cars I do feel like get the pass on that straight pipe, bro. The next one I want to talk about is very near and dear to me. That's the car that I'm currently in right now. AMG, as you can see, I tried to give it a little point. But the E55 AMGs. 5.4 liter supercharged V8, makes 470 horsepower. Depending on the year, if you get the E55 AMG, that's about 2005. I believe you get 493. Makes 516 foot-pounds of torque, sounds insane, sounds like a missile. The thing about this car right now, because these motors are really good and they have routinely run over 250,000 miles for a lot of people, you do have ones that are over 200,000 miles that have now gone under 10K. Like a lot of these over 200,000 miles are selling for like 7K or 8K right now. But it is a German car, and I want people to understand that about this car. If you solve one of the biggest cons about this car, which is the air suspension, because the air suspension likes to go out and is very costly. But what I did, I just removed the air suspension completely. All you have to do is go traditional struts and shocks. All of the platforms, TL55, CLS55, E55, S50, just go with traditional stuff and you ain't gonna have to deal with the air suspension. Most part, this car is reliable. It's not gonna give you too many issues outside of that. It's under 10K right now. Look into it, look hard enough, and I bet you'll find one. Now we stand in Germany here. I wanna go to the 335i. Yes, everybody's heard about the M54. And BMWs are very trendy. Homies is getting 100 horsepower off emails, dog. It's true. They are. I got a lot of BMW homies, bro. The M54 walks so that B58 can run, man. I think the M54 is still a very good platform if you solve some issues. You have the water pump, you have the high pressure pumps, and you also have the one that is the Achilles heel of these M54 motors, to me, in terms of price, is the fuel injector. Bro, the fuel injectors are expensive for I don't know what reason, bro. They're extremely expensive. So when, not if, but when your fuel injectors go bad, that bill to get a set of 6 of those it's ridiculous. You almost have to factor in that price when you purchase the car. Like, if you find one for 8K, bro, you almost just have to straight up factor in like those injectors. Like, you have to, because the car is they're gonna happen, and when they happen, bro, it's gonna sit that car down for a long period of time. There ain't no budget no more. And then, like I said, you still gotta worry about the water pump. You still gotta worry about the high pressure fuel pump. And the thing about BMWs, if you put bad parts on it, the BMW is not going to respond in a good way to those bad parts. You gonna know you put some garbage parts on there. That BMW is gonna let you know you put some garbage on there, bro. It's gonna work for like a week, bro. And then you cooked, bro. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great day. We're gonna try to release some more of these. We're gonna find some different ideas for this channel, man. I got a bunch of shorts dropping. Y'all keep up with the channel, man. Gone.